Okay, everyone, gather round. I did something crazy. I know, I hear you gasping in disbelief. But hold on to your hats, people, because this is big. I, Ellen DeGeneres, went an entire 24 hours without my phone. I know what you're thinking. Ellen, why? Why would you do such a thing? Well, it all started with a dare. My wife, Portia, bet me I couldn't do it. And you know me, I can't resist a challenge. Plus, I thought it would be a fun experiment. See what life was like in the dark ages before smartphones. So I turned off my phone, put it in a drawer, gasp, and braced myself for the digital detox. Little did I know, this was going to be a wild ride. The first thing I noticed was how different my morning felt. Usually I wake up and immediately reach for my phone to check emails, social media, and the news. But this time my nightstand was empty. No phone, no notifications, just silence. I decided to make breakfast without any distractions. It was oddly peaceful, just me and the sound of sizzling eggs. With no phone to distract me, I found myself picking up a book I had been meaning to read for months. It felt like a mini vacation for my mind. Later, I went for a walk. Without my phone, I noticed things I usually overlook. The chirping of birds, the rustling of leaves, the vibrant colors of flowers. I even had a spontaneous conversation with a neighbor. We laughed and talked about everything under the sun. It was refreshing to connect without the constant interruption of notifications. As the day went on, I did feel moments of anxiety. I kept wondering what I was missing out on. Emails, messages, social media updates. To combat this, I tried some meditation and yoga. It helped me center myself and focus on the present moment. I also took some time to journal my thoughts and feelings. It was therapeutic to put pen to paper and reflect on my day. Dinner was another peaceful affair. Without my phone, I was fully present, savoring each bite and enjoying the company of my loved ones. As I got ready for bed, I realized how much more relaxed I felt. No screen time meant no blue light keeping me awake. I slept like a baby that night and woke up feeling more refreshed than I had in a long time. The next morning, I turned my phone back on. The flood of notifications was overwhelming, but I felt a sense of accomplishment. I had done it. I had survived 24 hours without my phone, and it was an eye-opening experience. It made me realize how much I rely on my phone and how important it is to take breaks from technology. Moving forward, I plan to incorporate more phone-free time into my routine. It's a small change, but it can make a big difference. So if you're up for a challenge, I highly recommend trying a digital detox. You might be surprised at what you discover about yourself and the world around you. Challenge accepted and challenge completed. The first hour was the weirdest. It felt like my hand was missing a limb. I kept reaching for my pocket only to find empty space. And the phantom vibrations? Don't even get me started. I swear I felt my phone buzzing in my pocket at least a dozen times, only to realize it was all in my head. Then there was the silence. Deafening, overwhelming silence. No notification pings, no news alerts, no Instagram stories. It was like the world had gone quiet, and I was the only one who noticed. Remember how I said it was like my hand was missing a limb? Well, it turns out my phone wasn't just an extension of my hand, it was my lifeline to the outside world. Without it, I was like a ship lost at sea. My phone was my constant companion, my guide, my source of information, and my connection to everyone I knew. It was my alarm clock in the morning, my calendar for appointments, and my entertainment during boring commutes. It was my camera for capturing memories, my map for navigating the city, and my wallet for making payments. Losing it felt like losing a part of myself. Without it, I was like a ship lost at sea. I felt disconnected, disoriented, and utterly helpless. I couldn't check my emails, browse social media, or even make a simple phone call. I was cut off from the digital world that I had come to rely on so heavily. Need to check the time? Nope. No watch. Gotta ask a stranger. It was like stepping back in time to an era before smartphones, where people actually had to interact with each other to get information. It was both frustrating and eye-opening. Want to meet a friend at that cute new cafe? Good luck remembering the address or finding it without Google Maps. I had to rely on my memory, which, let's be honest, isn't the best. I found myself wandering the streets, hoping to stumble upon the right place by sheer luck. Let's just say I got very familiar with the phrase, "Excuse me, do you happen to know?" I had to ask for directions, ask for the time, ask for help with things that I used to do effortlessly with my phone. It was a humbling experience, to say the least. I even had to resort to using a paper map, something I hadn't done in years. And finding a payphone? That was like searching for a needle in a haystack. It made me realize just how dependent I had become on my phone for everything. But there was a silver lining to this experience. Without my phone, I started to notice the world around me more. I had real conversations with people, made eye contact, and shared moments that I would have otherwise missed. It was a reminder that sometimes losing something can help you find something even more valuable. In the end, being mostly lost helped me find a new perspective. It taught me to appreciate the little things, to be more present, and to connect with the world in a more meaningful way. So while I was mostly lost, I also found something truly important. Speaking of that cute new cafe, that's where things got really interesting. See, I had this brilliant plan to treat myself to a fancy latte. Problem was, I couldn't remember the name of the place or where it was. After wandering around for what felt like hours, probably more like 20 minutes, I finally found it. But wait, there's more. I get to the counter, ready to order my caffeine fix, and guess what? I left my wallet at home. Yep, you guessed it. It was attached to my phone. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there were moments when I was bored, like really bored. Waiting in line at the grocery store suddenly felt like an eternity. And don't even get me started on the commercials during TV time. But here's the thing about boredom. It can be surprisingly productive. Without my phone to distract me, I actually started paying attention to the world around me. I noticed the way the sunlight streamed through the trees, the sound of birds chirping, the laughter of children playing in the park. Section 6. Who knew the world was so analog? Remember books? You know, those rectangular things made of paper with words on them? Yeah, I rediscovered those. And magazines. I had forgotten how much I enjoyed flipping through pages and looking at actual photographs. I even started writing in a journal again. Remember those? It was actually kind of therapeutic to just jot down my thoughts and feelings the old-fashioned way. Section 7. Connecting, like really connecting. Without my phone to hide behind, I actually had to, talk to people. And not just small talk, but real, meaningful conversations. I had dinner with Portia, and we talked for hours without any distractions. It was amazing. I also spent more time playing with my dogs, and let me tell you, they were in heaven. No more scrolling through Instagram while they're trying to get my attention. It was all belly rubs and fetch all day long. Section 8. Life lessons from a day unplugged. So, what did I learn from my 24-hour phone fast? It was an eye-opening experience, to say the least. At first, I felt a bit lost without my constant companion, my phone. I kept reaching for it out of habit, only to remember it wasn't there. It was a strange feeling, almost like missing a part of myself. Well, for starters, I realized just how dependent I am on that little device. It's amazing how much of my day revolves around it. From checking emails and social media to using it for navigation and even as a source of entertainment, my phone has become an integral part of my daily routine. It's kind of scary, actually. The constant need to be connected, to be in the know, can be overwhelming. It made me think about how much time I spend on my phone and what I might be missing out on in the real world. But more importantly, I remembered how much I love the simple things in life, the things that don't require a screen or an internet connection. Spending time with loved ones, having meaningful conversations, and enjoying the beauty of nature. These are the moments that truly matter. Spending time with loved ones, connecting with nature, and just being present in the moment. I found joy in the little things, like the sound of birds chirping, the rustle of leaves in the wind, and the warmth of the sun on my face. These are the experiences that make life rich and fulfilling, and just being present in the moment. It was a good reminder that life is happening right here, right now, and it's up to us to make the most of it. We often get so caught up in our digital lives that we forget to appreciate the world around us. It was a good reminder that life is happening right here, right now, and if we're not careful, we'll miss it all while staring at a screen. The beauty of a sunrise, the tranquility of a sunset, the laughter of friends, and the love of family, these are the moments that make life worth living. And if we're not careful, we'll miss it all while staring at a screen. So take a moment to unplug, to disconnect from the digital world, and reconnect with the real one. You'll be surprised at how much more vibrant and meaningful life can be when you're fully present in the moment. Section 9. So, would I do it again? Would I give up my phone for another 24 hours? Honestly, I don't know. It was tough, but it was also incredibly rewarding. Maybe I'll make it a monthly thing, or maybe I'll just try to be more mindful of how much time I spend on my phone. One thing's for sure though, I'm definitely going to keep writing in my journal, and maybe I'll even invest in a watch, just in case I ever get lost again.